Yo, what is happening, guys, and welcome back to Last Off Fine Challenge. You can tell by title on the thumbnail, we will be talking about another fight that happened on the Misfits Qatar card, Misfits 19, and it was Ben Williams versus Jarvis. Now, y'all know why I'm talking about this. It had an unfortunate ending. It just went downhill for one fighter, and that's what it is. But you know what? This fight delivered. For what we got of it, it delivered. Ben Williams, last time out, Warren Spencer, Dublin, had an underwhelming performance. It was an early stoppage. A lot of people said, Ben Williams even admitted that it was a bit of an early stoppage. And you know, a lot of people doubted it. A lot of people said maybe he's not as good as we all thought. Maybe he's not as good as he makes himself out to be because of this. But he just had a bad performance. Then he came out against Jarvis and he completely proved that he is in the position that he's in for a reason. But Jarvis also proved, you know, that he's in the position he's in for a reason. Because when this fight started, I predicted Jarvis to win. In my head, I had it as Ben Williams is going to come out. He's going to be the fast starter. He's going to come out and he's going to box Jarvis. He's going to win the first round, possibly win the second. Who knows about the third, but eventually I believe that Jarvis will weather the storm and Ben Williams would realise that all his punches, all his power is doing nothing to Jarvis, and I believe Jarvis was going to win, and I believe Jarvis was probably going to stop him, you know? That's what I believed, and that's the way the fight was kind of going until the unfortunate injury that happened. So basically round one they both came out, Ben Williams starts fucking sprinting on that treadmill. He is just foot on the pedal to the metal type shit, throwing every punch right in Jarvis' face, not giving Jarvis time to think. Jarvis didn't have a second to think, second to back up, even a second to cover up. Ben Williams was hitting him with everything, but the issue was he gave all his energy in the first round and the rest of his energy in the second, because when he came out, was he piecing up Jarvis? Hell yeah. Was he catching a bunch of fucking punches on Jarvis? Hell yeah. Was he winning that fight? Hell yeah. But the issue of that is when you start fast, you're going to tire faster. And that's the problem. At least if you start slow and you pick up through, which is usually what Ben Williams does. Usually he starts off a little bit slow and he picks up throughout the fight. But this time he didn't want to do that. He wanted to start fast. And I think he wanted to start fast because he 100% believed that he could get Jarvis out of there. Then I realised after he got tired and, you know, gas himself out, that he realised, oh shit, Jarvis can take a punch. And we already knew Jarvis could take a punch from his fight with Thompson, from his fight with Gibb, when Gibb was just pacing him up. We learned Jarvis can take a punch. That's the difference. That's why we like Jarvis in the YouTube boxing scene. That's what's good about him. There's a lot of people in the YouTube boxing scene, like Yuddy Ganger, Lil Cray Cray, Dean the Great. You know, there's a lot of people who have skill and try to be technical boxers, and it works for them. But the thing that works for Jarvis is being just, he's the Rocky. That's what he is. He's the Rocky of YouTube boxing. He will take constant damage over and over and over and over and over again. And this Ben Williams fight is the perfect example. You will punch him in the face repeatedly, hitting him with every shot you got, hitting him with the heaviest punches you got for like 3-4 rounds. But eventually, you're going to get tired. And you're going to realise that all those punches you hit him with, all that energy that you give out to try and stop him, didn't matter, because he has a black eye, he has a broken nose, doesn't matter. He's still in your face. That's what Jarvis is. He's a brawler. He's just game. He comes in with those left hooks, and he has those heavy hitting punches, and he can take a punch. He doesn't back down from a fight. He will stand toe to toe with you in that centre of the ring if you ask him to, just because he wants to, because Jarvis is game. He was asking for the Slim fight. He's asking for the Kenny fight, the Salt Poppy fight, the Gibb fight. He got the Gibb fight, yes, and it didn't go his way, but he stepped in there with Gibb, and he wanted that Gibb fight. He would fight KSI if you give it to him. If you give him Jake Paul, he'd fight Jake Paul. Jarvis is about it. Jarvis wants to fight the best of the best. So when he stepped in with Ben Williams, and we all knew Ben Williams was a credible opponent, we knew Ben has a chance of stopping him. But the chances are Jarvis is going to take all those punches and Ben is going to have to win by decision, or he's going to have to just land a clean right hand or whatever that Jarvis wasn't expecting. And he hit Jarvis with good shots, but Jarvis just weathered the storm, as I said, and continued to come forward and apply the pressure. And by the end of the second round, Ben Williams was completely gassed. First round, easily Ben. Jarvis couldn't handle the pressure. See if Ben Williams had the cardio to do what he did in the first round, the entire fight. That's a Ben Williams unanimous decision right there. Possibly a stoppage if he continues. But the issue is what he done in the first fight. In the first round, sorry. He won the first round so convincingly because of the energy he exerted, because of the pressure he put on. Unfortunately, that amount of pressure, that amount of energy that you're giving out, that's probably not going to last 5 rounds. Even Gibb didn't do that much energy coming out. He went 8 rounds and he could have went more, but even he didn't give out that much energy because Ben Williams was going for it. By the 3rd round, which is where it stopped, we saw it started to go down for Ben. Ben was tired. He was leaning against the ropes. Jarvis was starting to hit him with hooks, and he was still throwing. He was still on his feet, but he was wobbling, he was stumbling away, and Jarvis continued to walk him down. And I think we can all agree, at the beginning of the fight when Ben Williams came out, we were like, okay, we know who the more skilled boxer is, but he's going to tire himself out. And that's exactly what happened. And then when we saw Jarvis unloading, I think we all knew, okay, it's only a matter of time before Jarvis connects clean and puts Ben Williams to the ground. But just before that happens, just as we think it's about to happen, Jarvis throws a big right hand, just misses Ben's, just grazes him. And Ben Williams twists his ankle and hits the floor. And that's how it ends. He twists his left ankle, I believe it is, and I don't actually know. I don't know if he tripped over Jarvis' foot or he just twisted his ankle. But you know what? It's so easy to do. I've twisted my ankle literally walking up the stairs. I've twisted my ankle countless times playing basketball. You dribble the ball, you step to the side, and instead of lifting your foot, you kind of slide your foot and then you go over on your ankle. Especially considering you're wearing flat shoes near enough for boxing, so it's very easy to roll your ankle. So when Ben Williams tried to get out of the way of that punch and step sideways, he just stepped slightly off and ended up landing on his ankle, hurting his ankle, putting the weight on his ankle, and fell and injured it. And that's the unfortunate part, because although we knew what was about to happen with Jarvis stopping him, it would have at least been a decisive win then. The thing I enjoyed, Ben Williams obviously said that he wants the rematch, he wants to redeem himself whenever he gets off the injury. What I enjoyed was Jarvis turned around and said, I'm not happy with that win. I believe Ben gave me a good fight and I want to give him the rematch. Jarvis acknowledges, he's like, he deserves a rematch because that's not the way I wanted to end it. I wanted to knock him out and then get a chance, and he would have knocked him out if he didn't twist his ankle. But unfortunately, things happen, things go wrong, and that is it, and that's how that fight ended. But you know what? I'm 100% down to watch a rematch, because Ben Williams, if he comes out like that again, with better cardio, we could see a different end to that fight. If he comes out like that again with the same cardio, we might see Jarvis stopping this time. Unless he twists the other ankle, we might see Jarvis stopping this time. And I just think the two styles, I knew the two styles were going to make a great fight. I said it before, I thought that this was probably the most underrated fight on this card, for a damn good reason. You have Jarvis being the brawler that's going to consistently come forward and stand toe-to-toe with you in the middle ring, and you have Ben Williams who's going to just try and box you. And I know that sounds a bit stupid, because one of them's going to try and box you and one of them's going to try and walk you down and brawl you. But see, when someone like Ben Williams, who's going to box you, but he's going to come forward, and then you got Jarvis, who his whole entire game plan relies on, he wants you to punch him, because then he's going to punch you back harder. It makes for a good fight, because that means the two fighters are going to consistently just butt heads and engage, and that's what we want. We don't want to see none of this jab run. We don't want to see that. We want to see two YouTubers get in there, go head to head, and start throwing bombs, and we want to see someone hit the canvas. And we did see that, just unfortunately in the wrong way. Instead of a knockout, we got a hurt angle. But you know what? It is what it is. Unfortunate things happen. I wish Ben a speedy recovery, and when he comes back, I think that Jarvis rematch is there, because although it's an L on Ben's record, although it's a W on Jarvis' record, I don't think either fighter is going to consider it a win or a loss, and I don't think any fans is going to consider a win or loss, and I don't think anyone at all is going to look at it as Jarvis won the fight, Ben shouldn't get a rematch. I think we all are in the agreement we want to see it again, and we want to see it actually finish the right way this time, whether that's Jarvis stopping Ben, Ben stopping Jarvis, or one winning by decision. We want the final result without the interference of injuries, without the interference of anything like that, pullouts, whatever the hell. We want the final result of this fight. But leading up to that point, it was a good fight. The rematch should be even better when Ben Williams recovers. But I want y'all to let me know your opinions down below. What do you think would have happened? What did you think of the fight? What did you think of Ben Williams' performance when he came out in the first round? He obviously tired himself out. But do you think Ben Williams should have came out that early, that quick in the first round? Do you think Ben Williams showed that he was the better fighter and Jarvis was only going to win because of fatigue? Or do you think Jarvis's game plan originally was to kind of download the data and the information from Ben Williams and then consistently just walk him down? Let me know your opinions down below. But either way, it was a great fight. It was a great event. I enjoyed it. Hope y'all enjoyed it as well. But for now, this was another video. Hope y'all are feeling positive. Hope y'all staying safe. And I hope y'all having a good day. But without further ado, this was another one. I'll see you in the next one. So, peace.